Passengers were kept here to stop the spread of COVID-19, known as the coronavirus. 14 days in quarantine so far, and it seems that hasn't worked. 88 more people have tested positive, bringing the total up to 542 infected on board. That's out of about 3,700 people on the ship, a rate of around 15%. And now a British couple who've been fighting to get off posted on Facebook that they've been proved positive. David and Sally Abel have been giving the world updates, often optimistic, from within the walls of their cabin. But their last post showed the reality of their ongoing confinement.
Today has not been the best of days, as you could probably tell from the way I was behaving this morning, and I'm sorry about that. But it's all getting to us now, and it's not just me, other passengers as well. It's the not knowing factor that is the real challenge.
But some passengers who are more certain about their fate are the South Koreans. The presidential jet is being sent for them, complete with deep clean before they go on. Passengers are due to get back tomorrow. But what are the British doing? The Foreign Office are being criticised for not acting sooner, but say they're starting to get a flight to repatriate those still on the Diamond Princess. A spokesperson said that those who are still ill will stay in Japan, but those who are virus-free will be flown back to the UK. There are still questions though. When will they be flown back to the UK? We're not sure yet. Where will they go when they get back here? We're not sure of that either. And also, how long will they have to be quarantined for again? Just how effective was the quarantine on board the Diamond Princess? Infections expert Natalie McDermott has serious concerns.
We simply have no idea what has happened on board that has resulted in these new infections. So we have to treat the people coming off the boat as if they are coming from an affected region, like we did when we transported the people from Wuhan back.
What's happening in Yokohama is causing other cruise liners to change course. Some have cancelled cruises in Asia until the beginning of next year and are sending ships to other parts of the world. For British passengers on the Diamond Princess, their long cruise voyage continues.
In China itself, as many as 150 million people, more than twice the population of Britain, are now living in unprecedented lockdown, while half of them are forced to live with some kind of restricted travel, like only being allowed to leave home for a couple of hours at a time. China's President Xi Jinping told Boris Johnson in a phone call earlier today that the country was making visible progress in keeping the outbreak contained. But how effective are these draconian measures? Here's Porrick O'Brien.
This is footage taken by a Chinese citizen journalist inside one of the main hospitals in Wuhan, the epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak. We have seen this footage before, but it now has new significance. First of all, the person who filmed it, Fang Bin, is believed to have been arrested. He's one of 4 people this month reported to have been detained for criticising how the government in China has responded to the outbreak. The other reason this footage has new significance, one of the people on the front line of the outbreak, the director of Wuchang Hospital, Liu Qiameng, passed away in the last 24 hours as a result of becoming infected. The second high-profile doctor to die in China as a result of the virus. These are some of the individual tragedies. At a press conference today, the Chinese National Health Commission released the latest countrywide figures.
现有确诊病例58016例，其中重症病例11741例，累计报告确诊病例72436例，现有疑似病例6242例。
Officials went on to say that the most recent recorded death toll from the virus in China is 1,868. In different parts of China, there are different restrictions on freedom of movement and social gatherings. For example, this footage purports to show officials in Haishi raiding a games room in someone's home. This footage claims to show officials destroying the produce of a vendor who didn't have permission to be transporting goods. Dialan is 25, has been confined to her family's apartment in Wuhan for the last 20 days. This afternoon gave us the tour.
Me and my family can play badminton sometimes in the living room. We can at least do something fun.
Today, the New York Times published research suggesting that about 10% of the Chinese population face restrictions on how often they can leave home. That equates to 150 million people.
It does get a bit kind of crazy when I think I'm staying in this space for so long.
Dalan spoke to us about the confusion among some people in her bloc when it comes to restrictions on movement.
There can be very broad policies like nobody's allowed to go out of the community, but what about people who are disabled? What about people who need medicines? And when such notice came out, we all worried about, did they think about these people at all?
She acknowledges that officials in her neighbourhood are doing their best, but had heard stories of other communities where this was not the case. The point, when it comes to managing the outbreak, people's experiences on the ground in China varies. The country is not responding to this crisis with uniform efficiency.